Can you talk about the importance of an entry level position such as business development, how it can shape you and form you for all the things that you're doing right now, including entrepreneurship?
Yeah, yeah. One of the main things I think that anybody one in entrepreneurship or anyone in the or looking for another job is what sales helps you do is articulate your value,
Mm,
right? That is one of the key things that salespeople have down packed is they've learned to articulate value in a way that resonates with their customer base. I think that's what entrepreneurs have to really hone in and do. I think that's what people who want to switch career fields have to really hone in and do is understanding how to articulate their value. And that's what I think the main piece is.
mm.
What do you think
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, especially from my background right now. It's articulating value, it's understanding, I mean, it's pipeline generation for those that are not
Yeah.
familiar with the term. And
Mhm.
a company needs that in order to survive. A business needs that in order to survive. So I like to call it, we're like the lifeblood of an organization. Because if you don't have pipeline generating, you have things coming in regularly, then you're going to be in a little bit of world of trouble. How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to take care of these different things? So, so that's the way I kind
But
of
it
look at it.
starts but pipeline starts way before the sales process, right? So I
Hmm.
think that a lot of times what happens specifically in any entrepreneurship journey is that people jump to sales without actually formulating the value. Sales cannot
Mm,
sell anything if they don't understand the value of what they're selling.
yep.
So that means you need to do the foundational elements first, right? Understanding the problem. And what I like to say is that there's two types of problems. There are problems that people want to solve. There are problems that people want to pay to be solved. You
Hmm.
need to ensure that whatever problem that you're solving is the one, especially if you're here to make money, is
Yeah.
that it's the problem that people are paying to be solved, right?
Yeah.
Understanding the target, inside and out. Understanding your positioning against competitors, because I think that that's super important.
Oh yeah.
Then we talk about because understanding where you fit in with competitors helps you understand positioning, right?
Hmm.
And then jumping into, okay, what's the customer journey look like of know, like, and trust? That's the easiest way to think about it, right? Do they know me? Do they like me? Do they trust me enough to purchase? And so what is the foundational elements? So now we get into the marketing part. The foundational elements is to help sales get warm leads so that you're not struggling from the bottom up. A lot of times, specifically in tech companies, they go hire sales reps,
Hmm.
right? And don't have foundational elements in place.
Hmm.
Okay, because
Yeah.
everybody's trying to skip the know and like. They're trying to skip the trust,
Yeah.
right? And so that's typically the biggest thing. So because you want money, right? Like let's be very
Yeah.
clear about that. People want to
Yeah.
make money. People are not in business for just to have a business. People are in business to make money, and there's nothing wrong with making money,
Hmm.
right? But it actually depending on the field and where you're at, depending on who you're targeting, what the field is, it takes time in order to get there. Right. So while sales is a lifeblood, there can be no good salespeople, right, doing their part if the foundational elements are not set. Now that's not to say that foundational elements don't change over time because they do, right? That's a living document.
Yeah.
Because the more information you get back, the more you understand whether or not you're headed in the right direction.
Hmm. And what we're talking about, y'all, it could be applied to any sort of business that you have, whether
Yeah.
it's writing a book, whether it is the pottery that you're selling.
Yep.
This is foundational. So listen, go ahead and share this with somebody who's an entrepreneur, because this episode is geared towards that. Those are people that are even working in sales, those people that are working in other areas and trying to think about making that pivot. We talked about that earlier.
Yep.
So like bring those people along, invite them to the show, because this is going to be a really good conversation. And so let's talk about that for a second.
Mm,
Building trust, right? You're
yeah.
building trust. What would you say? Because you do consultancy, what would you
Mhm.
say is the number one way for companies to start building trust with their audience?
Um, I would say the number one way to start building trust with your audience is to help them understand that you understand them.
Mm,
A lot of times people forget that your business is not about you. And so typically what happens is you're centering everything in your business around yourself, but your business is actually in service to others.
yep.
So if you are not understanding on the other side of that, who you're serving, what their needs and wants are, then you'll never make that connection. You'll never create that space. You'll never create that get to know me factor. You'll never create that like factor. or not like? Because you actually want to people to dislike you. People think they
Mm,
want everybody like, no, you don't. You want people to dislike you because those are not the people you're trying to serve, right?
mhm.
So that they can trust you enough to buy, and not just to buy once, but to buy over and over and over again, right? So your goal as an entrepreneur is to get people to remember that you're in service to a group of people with whom you created a product that you know for a fact that they need, which will help you make the impact you want.
That's right. That sounds and really good stuff right there. Y'all go ahead, put in the comment section. We already got recruiter cousin saying your business is in service to others. Absolutely. Your business is in service to others. And I think I'm going to take that and put it on a thumbnail. But yeah, your business is in service to others. And because if you boil it all down to the bare essentials, you're serving a problem that somebody else has. That's essentially what sales is, what it should be, versus betting somebody to buy something that they don't need. It's a problem that they have.
Right. I
Um,
mean,
yeah, go ahead.
but needs and wants are relative, right? I think
Hmm.
people always focus on it's kind of like price, right? Let's talk about pricing. When people think
Yeah.
about price, they think of, oh, I can be the lowest price, right? That's the concept.
Hmm.
Reality, price is all about willingness to pay for the
Hmm.
value, for perceived value,
Yeah.
right? Whether or not they're buying it, if they need it or they want it, is not the actual goal. Understanding that whatever is valuable to them, that has a price tag to it. What is the willingness to pay for that value, right? So I get people out of that thought process of saying, oh, I'm going to be the lowest price. That don't actually mean